Wrestling for fans is indeed in my court. And if I wasn't making this video right now, I wouldn't have thoughts to say about this. But what is up, Hardcore Nation? It is Hardcore Christopher here. And I just watched a video from from Wrestling for Fans saying that Chris Jericho is in talk with Cody Rhodes, well, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, to show up at All In. Now, Chris Jericho is the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. I didn't really take an issue with what Wrestling for Fans had to say, but I did take a little bit of an issue with something he had to, with just one thing he had to say, and that was Chris Jericho's release came from Vince McMahon himself. I didn't have a problem with that. What I had a problem with is him saying it's probably going to be Vince McMahon's biggest mistake. I don't think so. Do I think that Jericho's going to show up at All In? If Jericho's schedule allows it. I don't know how he has his Jericho Cruise, which he's still getting talent for that, and he has his and of course he has his IWGP Intercontinental Championship dates that he has to fulfill. Now, why do I say it's not? Why do I disagree with what Wrestling for Fans had to say that it may be Vince's biggest mistake? Vince has made a lot of mistakes. I'm not going to deny that. I may be a WWE fan to the core, but I will admit Vince has made a lot of decisions. Like the 1998 Brawl for All that was made to get Dr. Death Steve Williams over, but Dr. Death tore his hamstring and was a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. And the finals of the Brawl for All were Bart Gunn and Butterbean, WrestleMania 15, and Bart Gunn got the tastes knocked out of his mouth in less than, I think, a minute. So that's a questionable decision that Vince made. But, you know, Jericho has said on occasion, Jericho has said in interviews that he loves working in Japan. He loves it. He absolutely adores Japan. And plus, if you look at it this way, Jericho's not under contract with WWE. So why would Vince McMahon be upset? Why would this be the cultivation of a Vince McMahon uprising in anger? Why would this be a big mistake on Vince McMahon's part? Vince McMahon made Chris Jericho more money than Jericho ever did in in WCW. Excuse me. I was about to say WWE, but that would defeat what I was going to say. um, do I think it's Vince McMahon's biggest mistake? No. His biggest mistake was in 1995, where he almost went to jail over a steroid trial. Um, that I think was Vince McMahon's biggest mistake. Um, do like I said, and plus, Jericho is a household name. He's wrestled in Germany. He's wrestled in Japan. He's wrestled all around the globe, literally. Yet, Vince McMahon, yet, now I did hear that Vince McMahon was mad that Jericho went over to Japan to make that money. And I don't understand why. I mean, I mean, it'd be one thing, say like it when Andre the Giant went over there hammered out of his mind because of alcohol, and just got complete and just embarrassed the WWF at the time, because Andre had to get permission from Vince to go to Japan and face Antonio Inoki. And Antonio Inoki said, never again. Do wrestling for fans, why do you think it's Vince McMahon's biggest mistake? And it may have not been. Jericho may have just said, Vince, I really love working here, but I want to go off and go to Japan. And it makes perfect sense. But as we all know, in the world of professional wrestling, anything can happen. So now, wrestling for fans, the ball is in your court. I'm going to give you this question. Why do you think that Vince McMahon has made one of the biggest mistakes? I'll be waiting to hear from you. I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.